Hello, this is Ezekiel Garcia here for GuffandStuff.net, and we have none other than Elaine McLain and John Patrick Lowrie. How are you guys doing today?
Very, very well.
We're fine. We're so pleased to be here and so pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too. And real quickly, how do you guys like Arizona so far?
Oh, well, I mean, I love Arizona. I grew up in Colorado, so Ellen and I have been to Canyon de Chelly and Navajo National Monument and the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, it's very
a lot
beautiful.
of places. Very beautiful state.
And I love the air conditioning.
Yes, indeed. We're top notch, just because, by necessity, of course. Anyways, I just want to ask you guys, first of all, before you guys were, voice actors, what were you guys doing before then?
Well, I'm trained as an opera singer, and so I was, doing opera and doing music theater, and that's when John and I met.
Right. I was actually trained as a composer, and I was a fusion guitarist for many years. And we met in Europe, me playing banjo and guitar in a pit orchestra, and Ellen being the ingenue in the show. So
a production of Showboat.
Right.
And we toured Europe, and we fell in love.
And we moved out to Seattle, and Seattle has a great professional theater scene, and so we were just doing a lot of professional theater out there. And I went ahead and got a voice demo and started doing that work. And it wasn't until, and we got out there in '89. It wasn't until '95 when Sierra Online and those folks started making video games, and I started getting those auditions. And I didn't convince Ellen to get a voice demo until 2002. And by that time, Valve was up there doing stuff. And we both got hired to do Half-Life 2 and then kind of,
And Team Fortress 2, and they didn't even know we were married.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior, the only thing you've managed to break so far is my heart. Maybe you could settle for that and we'll just call it a day. I guess we both know that isn't going to happen. You chose this path. Now I have a surprise for you.
Professionals have standards. Be polite. Be efficient. Have a plan to kill everyone you meet.
But we've gotten to do quite a few video games with each other, so that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead, and Dota. And Dota 2.
Yeah.
And what kind of trials and tribulations do you guys go through every day, when you're doing voice work?
Well, mostly just, where's our next paycheck going to come from? Voice actors are always out of work. We're always looking for work. But we have a pretty trial and tribulation-free life, really.
Yeah, we've been married for 30 years, and we have an awful lot of fun.
So it's more boring than trial and tribulation. No, actually we do. And my friend Mike Williams, who's an anthropologist, calls us hunter-gatherers because we find a grape, we eat the grape, we look for the next grape. And it really kind of keeps us on our toes and keeps us engaged in our lives. It's been great.
And really working for Valve, and doing voice work today, would you say it's a lot easier than it used to be when you guys first started?
Well, I think, young people in the arts, young people in performing or any kind of creative endeavor, it's always hard when you're starting out, always hard. And you just have to keep doing it. John and I did a lot of things for free in the beginning of our careers. And you continue to do it because you love what you're doing. And that's the reason to do it.
But I'd say the one thing that's gotten a lot better in the video game industry is that when I first started out in 95, 96, 97, the people I worked for had no idea what to do with actors. And by the time we were working for Humongous and Valve and Bungie, they knew how to direct actors, they knew how to get the best performance. So that got a lot easier.
And when you we know that you voiced the Gypsy Danger in Pacific Rim. When Guillermo Del Toro first did he approach you guys? Did he approach you first, or how did that work out?
Well, he actually approached Gabe Newell at Valve. They're friends, and Del Toro and his daughter are Portal fans, and Del Toro thought it would be fun if GLaDOS, her voice, was the voice of Gypsy Danger. So he asked Gabe Newell at Valve, And Gabe said, sure, you have to use Ellen McLain. She's the voice of GLaDOS. So I got to work with Guillermo Del Toro, who I think is a genius. So it was very exciting for me. And of course, Pacific Rim 2 is coming out. So.
And I just want to ask you real quick about this book that you got here. Would you like to tell us more about it? This is Dancing with Eternity, a book by John Patrick Lowrie.
Yeah, it's a science fiction novel I wrote. It's based 2,000 years in the future, and it explores a world where interstellar flight has been achieved, but also they've figured out how to keep everyone from dying. So if I shoot you in the head, you just go to the hospital and I have to pay for it because you can say, he's the guy who shot me in the head, right? So nobody ever dies. What does this do to warfare? What does this do to politics, to religion, to families, everything? And it's a story, I mean, it involves going around the galaxy to a lot of different planets. It's a very personal story, but it explores that world, what that might be like.
And has this book been released right now, or is it soon to be published?
You can get it on Amazon. It's actually been produced by Imagination Theater as an audiobook. Ellen and I read all the parts. She's all the women, I'm all the men. And it's fully produced with a music soundtrack and sound effects, and that's available on iTunes and Amazon and Audible as well.
And before I let you guys go, I got to ask real quick, what does the future hold for you guys?
Well, we're working on a new video game called The Church in the Darkness. That comes out next year.
That's with Paranoid Productions.
And we're also going to be involved with a new video game, Space Venture, and that's coming out soon. I am working on a screenplay that I'm writing on spec. We go from gig to gig to gig.
Yeah.
The great thing about being an actor is you never know what the future holds. You
right,
know?
I'm going back to Seattle tonight because I'm in a rehearsal for a production of August Osage County in Olympia, Washington.
And actually, I will be down here in Arizona again, in Tucson in December, and in Phoenix in January, performing over at the Herberger Theater, doing a production of Band of La Mancha. I'll be acting and playing the guitar in that. So all you Sniper fans, come on out to the theater. Have a good time.
Right, well, we thank you so much. Thank you so much once again for doing this. It's been a great pleasure speaking to you, seriously. All right, and this is Ezekiel Garcia for guffandstuff.net, and you guys take care.